30 hertz straight up.
Thank you for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Lupus Has No Face, the podcast where we talk about real life, real struggles, and the power beyond lupus and power beyond lupus. I am your host, Savannah Burks, and we have our lovely guest, Precious, is in the building today. Thank you so much for coming.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Precious, match our name, right?
I appreciate you.
You're welcome. And we will be discussing natural hair care, healing, and self-love. For those that have lupus or do not have lupus that's going through any difficult times with their hair, this message is definitely for you. So you may want to tune in, share, like, subscribe. So before we jump right into it, how was your ride getting here today?
So my ride getting here was cool. I got here a little early. I got here at 6 o'clock, so I got here early, but the ride was cool. It was a very cool ride until I figured out where I was supposed to be. Got the wrong address.
Oh my gosh.
But it was cool. You asked.
Shots fired. No, we keep it real on here. We keep it real. Shots fired. Oh my gosh. Okay.
But we here. God is good, okay? God is good.
I could have sworn I gave you the right address, and I could have sworn when you was on the phone with me, I said the right address. I was just like, what? And then I had to call him. I called him 3 times. I'm like, Tom, what is the address? And I'm like, what did I say? I want to call you back and ask you, like, what did I say to you?
You said, what do you have? I'm like, what you sent me? I just sent you a screenshot of what you sent me. Like, girl, this is what I got.
I am so sorry for that. I'm so sorry for that.
Good. Absolutely.
So sorry for, being late, but work today was.
It be like that.
It was a lot, but I am happy that it's done. I have satisfied everybody. And after this, I'm going to be satisfying myself.
Yes. Yay. Self-love. That's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So for those that do not know who you are, please let people know who you are, where they can find you, and also tell us what inspired you to specialize in natural hair care.
Okay, so who am I? I am a multifaceted individual. I've been told since a young age that people try to figure me out, and it really isn't much to figure out. At first, I was like, "Is something wrong with me? Why does everybody want to figure me out?" No, it's just that I'm not like your average individual, right? I'm like an onion, right? There are a lot of different layers to me.
Okay.
So I'm a mom. Shout out to my boys. I love y'all. I have a 27-year-old and a 21-year-old. I'm a
Don't
boy
look a
mom.
day over 20 yourself.
I'm a boy mom. And, while I'm on that subject of not looking a day over 20, I was a teen parent. And I found out when I graduated from college that really from high school that a lot of people, they wrote me off because they thought that I would just be another statistic. And
look at her now.
Exactly. So aside from being a mom, I love it. I love being a mom. Being a mom to older young men, older kids, older children is a lot different from when they're younger. I think as a parent, the parenting kind of shifts from when they're younger to when they get older. But I'm loving every moment of it. I'm here for it, and I signed up for it. So, who am I? So I am an entrepreneur. I have many business endeavors. I am a hairstylist, cosmetologist. I'm a photographer. Um, I have a tax service business. I'm accountability coach for high school students.
Okay.
I just started a business called Plastic Boutique, which is a business that is like a resale, but I have new items as well. So Plastic is closet and boutique in one word.
Plastic. I love the way that
So
sounds.
it's like,
So just
yeah.
elegant.
So my slogan is because fashion deserves an encore, right?
Mm.
And so I just started that. I'm excited about that. I'm a financial advisor as well, licensed life insurance agent, and just the list goes on, right? Serial entrepreneur. Ultimately, I am a loving individual, and I love to share resources. I love to give back. I love to help where it's needed. How did I get started? Right? Is that what you asked
Yes.
me?
First, you named so many
I
businesses, girl.
did.
Tell them where they can find you, or at least some of the business. In that way, when they get in touch with you, you can tell
Sure.
them about
Okay, so let's
multiple.
focus on the hair. So I would just say you can find me on Instagram at PBA_styles. And you can find me on Facebook at PBA Styles, right? So we'll just, as soon as you get there, you're going to connect me and I can connect you to the rest of the businesses that I have. Okay.
Okay, Tom, can you please put that in the comments for people to go follow?
Yes.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. And then how did I get started? What inspired me is what you asked me.
Yeah.
So my mom, shout out to my mom. I really wanted her to be at this interview, but I'm a representation of her.
Okay.
I'm literally a representation of my mom. My mom and both my parents are from Nigeria, and they came from Nigeria. Well, really, my dad came on student visa, then sent for my mom, and then she had the rest of us here. So they had 2 children, and then they had the rest of us here. It's 3 boys and 3 girls in my family. Shout out to my family. I love y'all, by the way.
Shout out to the family.
Yes. And so my mom was a cosmetologist. And when I was 9 years old, my mom gave me a mannequin. And she had me practice braiding hair on it. I practiced on that mannequin for about a year. And then she had a coworker that used to work at the salon. The salon is Romaine's Hair Images, by the way. And Precious B Artistry was birthed out of Romaine's Hair Images. So when I was 10, I did a full set of individual braids on my mom's coworker hair, and then she hired me. So I started off professionally as an entrepreneur at the age of 10 in the salon.
That is super dope.
Yes.
Young.
So my mom actually, she introduced me into the world of entrepreneurship. I grabbed it by the horns and I ran clear across with it. So it's definitely a passion of mine. And because the reason why I love entrepreneurship is I like autonomy. I like to have a flexible schedule. I like to be able to go if I want to get on a plane, if I want to go, if I want to sleep in, if I want to do anything, I have the autonomy to do that as an entrepreneur. Now, mind you, don't get it twisted though, because entrepreneurship, you working more hours than you would work a 9 to 5.
And that's what
you almost always working.
That's
you know what I mean?
Not understand. They
exactly.
Do not understand
so my mom is the one who inspired me, and I love you, Mom. I know I already said shout out to my family, but she taught me a lot in life, and I appreciate her pouring into me and pouring into the rest of her children too, but I can speak for myself that I appreciate the foundation that you laid for me.
That is so beautifully said. For me, I can grow your hair. I can condition it. I can wash it real good. I can tell you what to put in there. And a ponytail is the most you're going to get up out of me. I cannot braid the same life. Oh my God, I cannot. But I would love to learn. I'm just like, oh my God.
And that's interesting because I do so much money. I offer classes. So
you offer classes.
If you are truly inspired, you can definitely set up a session so that I can teach you how to braid.
Coming soon, y'all. And this is not gonna be no business out of this. I just need to learn it for myself. I just need to learn hair braid for myself. Right. Okay. So as a woman, our hair is deeply connected to our identity. From your experience, why does our hair hold so much emotional power for us?
Oh, that's a good question. And first of all, your hair is living, right? It's a living piece of extension of your body, right? It's living. It's not, it has blood flow that helps it grow, helps it stay vibrant. It's a living organism, right? So I think the connection starts there, right? It's already embedded inside of us.
Makes
And
sense.
yes, and so, you know, aside from the aesthetics of hair, it's and just looking a certain way that is satisfying to yourself, it's embedded into your soul. So
That makes so much sense because I'm telling you, when I first lost my hair, I think I died and came back to earth. Like I was
mm,
so shocked. I was in the shower. Quick story.
mm-hmm.
I was taking a style out my hair. I was washing my hair. Of course, I use a wig brush because I have natural curls. And when I tell you that I was like rubbing my hair and brushing it at the same time, and I just seen clunks of my hair come out my head, it was crazy for me. I screamed, I cried, like I was so depressed, like so depressed. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how I got into wigs at an early age, because when I lost my hair, like it was like I lost my identity. So I can totally
Mm-hmm.
understand. But now, because I went through that and I understand that, and it's things out here that you can use in order to still feel beautiful, but that's where you have to be beautiful within. But at the end of the day, the truth be told, that shit don't, people
It
still want what
affects you.
they want.
It
It is
affects
going
you.
to affect you. It takes a
Absolutely.
strong mindset for that to take place and for you not to be affected. So
Absolutely.
that totally makes sense. Have you noticed emotional shift in women when they begin embracing their natural hair?
So that, you know, it's so interesting you asked that question because immediately I went back to, ooh, what year was that? It had to have been around like 2012, somewhere around that time. Um, there was a panel, there was an event called Kinky Conversation, and it was hosted by Iberia. Shout out to you, girl. And Dasha Kelly was on the panel. Um, a few other women were on the panel, and I was on the panel as well. And there was a group of women who came in who they were all at all different stages. Maybe they already had natural hair, maybe they were transitioning from a relaxer, maybe whatever. Everybody had different, they were at different stages in their life. But I just remember how the conversations, the dynamic of the conversations that we had with these ladies, and how engulfed in how much they yearn to get the education of whether transitioning from permed hair, or if they were like, oh well, I'm natural and I really don't know what to do with my hair, because for decades, because our grandmother and our mama relaxed it, we never got a chance to learn our hair texture, right? And so, yes, it affects women tremendously, all different type of ways. But like, yes, absolutely. And those conversations was like, I mean, where people literally share childhood things, you know, and that's why I brought up to like the grandmothers and the old school way of thinking our curly hair was a burden or like something real hard to take care of.
That is crazy because my daughter, from what I know, she has both. So she has
Okay.
long, thick, well, all three. She has long, thick, and curly hair.
Okay.
The rest of us have thin, curly hair, but she's the only one that has the full package. I would say I would love for my hair to be like hers.
And I just got to interject before you finish that. Full package, she meaning high density, y'all. And
yeah.
to
That's what
be
I mean.
honest, we always want what we don't have. It's the opposite. I have clients that have high density hair that hate their hair, right? And then vice versa, who have thin hair and hate it. So it's like, or who have really good curls or really long hair and hate it, or just short hair and hate it. So it's like we always want something we just don't have. I'm sorry, I had to interject
No,
that
it's okay.
because that's a common thing that I've heard over the years of me being in this business. It's like we just want something we just don't have. And that's why the self-love and embracing who you are is really important.
Very important. And you know what? My cousin just sent me a picture, and she had it on my story. And it's probably still in there, and it was probably like, I don't even know, maybe like 9 years ago. Because at one point I loved my hair before it fell out. Like I loved my natural curls. I loved the thinness of it. It was just the perfect thing for me. But when I had my daughter, I'm like, oh, that right there is the full package. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I won't wear my hair curly if I'm going out. I'll have it straight. But if I had her hair, like the whole thing, I would wear it curly because it's so full. Like it reminds me of Sisters. So I'm like, I'm so in love with my daughter hair. So, but yeah, oh, it's before I forget, I wanted to ask you about the perms. Now, I'm not gonna act like I'm oblivious to the perms, but I'm not gonna act like I know what they do either. From what I know, perms, relaxers get your hair straight, right? But what's the ideal of that? Like as far as like
the cosmetology technical term of what's happening to the hair shaft.
Yes.
We could definitely dive into that. So first of all, a perm technically is wearing rollers and putting chemicals in to make straight hair curly, right? So that's the technical part. We just named it a perm in our community, but technically a perm is curly, right?
So were they meant for the Caucasians
or
people?
or people who got mostly. Let me just say mostly.
Just people with straight hair.
People with straight hair.
Okay,
let's just say people with straight hair. Yeah. But they want to. So that's a perm. A relaxer, on the other hand, is for somebody with a tighter curl pattern who wants it straight but permanent. So what happens on a cosmetology level is that there are these things called disulfide bonds that are in your hair shaft.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. And once you put that chemical on it, it breaks it. So when we flat iron our hair, it's temporary. It reverts back because we didn't break the disulfide bonds. So when you put that chemical on there, it breaks it, and that's what keep it straight.
And so that's why people cut the perm out, right?
Because it's never going to revert back to its.
So you got to start fully.
Exactly.
So do the people
I've transitioned women from relaxed hair to natural hair without doing a big chop.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. So we did whether they straighten it through the process or if we did protective styling, whether it be braids, some twists, or whatever style they chose to. But what will happen is they will wear it for a while. Most protective styles will be, I'll just say, an average of a month. It could be longer. It could be shorter, but mostly longer. And when they come back and we take off that protective style, their hair grew. So then I would just chop off the length of how much it grew, so they never miss the length. You see what I'm saying? So they still have the length because it's growing out of their scalp. So then we can slowly transition from relaxed to natural hair.
I understand that. So what about the ones with the straight hair? How do you revert back to straight?
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to cut that curly chemical out because you already restructured your hair.
And I heard people say something about like their curl pattern is not how it used to be
after they relaxed it.
Oh, after they relaxed.
Is that what? No, I mean, is that what you're referring to? That was a question.
Some people say that they flat iron. I don't heard people say that.
Oh, well, that's because they damaged their hair.
Oh,
so they damaged it. So it's a such thing as heat damage, and that won't come back either. You can't really revive heat damage. You can stuff some stuff in the cuticles, but it's gonna eventually come out. So our cuticles are like shafts, right? On it, like. Are like shingles on a roof.
We should have some PowerPoints for this.
I know. They're like shingles on a roof. So they open and close, right? And that's how porosity comes into place. Porosity is how much your hair absorbs or release water, right? So those shingles are damaged. And so now their hair is straight and it will never revert back either. So that's why you got to be cognitive and you got to understand the temperature in which you're using the flat irons. And then because the density matters, the size of the parts that you're taking when you're flat iron matters. And it depends on that person's hair density and whether they have fine or coarse hair, right? So there is, people like, I flat iron my own hair. Like, there's a science to it, right? There's a method to the madness.
I'm sure.
Yes. And so that's why some women result to heat damage when they flat iron.
I'm gonna ask you some more questions on that, but I like to have my guests read some of the comments that's over there. Tone, can you put some on the screen so she can see them?
Oh, okay.
Hello, Dr. LaShawn. Thank you so much for tuning in. She says,
"Good evening, good evening, LaShawn."
It's right over there. You see it?
Okay, hair is our crown. It's part of our identity. Absolutely, it is. Yes. Wow. Yes, it's true. Nice session, ladies. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I love her. That's my sorority sister. Shout out to her. She's
Yay.
always supporting.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I could spend so much on just what you just said, the density. How do you find all that out? Like, if I didn't know nothing about my hair, where can I go to know my curl pattern, the density,
The porosity.
the proximity,
Okay.
and all of the things?
So where can you go? YouTube University. Hey, shout out to YouTube University. We on YouTube right now, right? There's a lot of information out there on YouTube to help you find those things out. Visit your local cosmetologist. They'll be able to explain different how you can find that information out. But I will tell you that density, I'll tell you what density is how many hairs per square inch you have on your scalp.
Oh,
So that's density. Porosity, I already explained that, is how much
Yes.
your hair absorbs water.
water.
The texture is what is your curl pattern. So
Mm.
I can just say that, but how you find that out, if you want to find out your porosity, what you could do is get a glass of water, pull a string of your hair out, you can drop it in the water and see if it floats, if it goes in the middle, or if it sinks to the bottom.
So what does it mean for all three?
So if it's on top, you have a low porosity because it's not sucking in moisture. If you have a in the middle, it'll stay in the middle of the glass, be in the middle of between high and low. And then if it floats down, then it's high porosity.
So what do we want to have?
That's a good question. I would say if you could choose, I would say a high porosity, maybe middle, because high porosity, you want to absorb the moisture,
Yeah.
right? Because our hair is dry, especially with Kiki coily hair. Like we are ready because our curls are so like this. That's why it's hard for us to keep moisture in our hair versus like somebody with straighter hair. And that's why a lot of people with straighter hair have oily hair.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they always got to wash their hair like every single day. Like, if I wash, gotcha.
Exactly. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Come right with it then. Okay. We're going to move on to lupus conditions in hair, right?
Okay.
So many women with lupus and autoimmune conditions experience hair thinning, shedding, or texture change.
Mhm.
I wasn't familiar about the texture change. Okay. From a stylist perspective, what should women understand about caring for fragile or changing hair?
Okay. So there are different type of lupus, right? They're not
Yes.
all equal,
Correct.
right? So as a cosmetologist, if I had a client come in during a consultation and share with me that they have lupus, I would ask them, have they visited a dermatologist? Because that's not my skill level, right? I'm a cosmetologist. I can't diagnose you and say this is what type of lupus you have, because knowing that will guide us in how to care for your hair, right? Because there's different kinds. So that's how I would start, right? I would
Okay.
start with that. And then we can come up with different, because that's why it's important to do consultations, because you can't just book for a service, all right? Because you got to see, first of all, if we a good fit. Do I want to do your hair? Do you want me to do your hair? Let's start there, right? And then it's like, what is it that what's the problem that you need solving, right? So let's sit down and talk about it. And then we'll go through all the options that you have and then come up with a solution. Because a lot of times people have these things in their head and it's like, for a professional, like your hair not in the right state to be able to get that, and I've refused services. Like if you know somebody somewhere else that would do it, then by all means, but I won't hold that responsibility. I won't hold that. That's like, for me, I look at it like as a doctor, and they know that they diagnosed you with something wrong or did a procedure on you and now they have their license in jeopardy for malpractice, right? I won't allow that to happen.
That is beautifully said. And that's one reason why I stick to who I know until I got to find somebody different. But a lot of people can't understand, like, what's the consultation? Why they just can't do my hair? Like you said, you just want your hair done, but you really actually want to keep your hair healthy while keeping it done at the same time. And there's so many people that do not take care of their natural hair while styling their hair.
Absolutely.
It's a total difference in looking good. And at the end of the day, when you got to take the wig off, or you still want nice, healthy scalp, and your scalp has to be healthy in order for your hair to grow properly.
Yes, it's blood flow. And that's why it's important, even when you have protective styling, to wash your hair and condition it, because not only it keeps it clean, but you're stimulating hair growth. You're stimulating that blood flow when you're doing the shampoo and the massage into the scalp. So that's why that's important.
For those that may not know what protective hairstyling is, can you name a couple?
Sure. So basically, not even just a couple. What a protective hairstyle is when your ends put away, right? So your ends of your hair is put away. It's not out. It's not free. So that could be several different things. It could be braids, whether it's cornrow braids, whether it's individual braids, Senegalese twist, boho braids like you just took down. Whether it's a 2-strand twist, it could be with your natural hair with no extension, right? You can have a protective style with your natural hair and not add any extensions in it. So it's essentially just putting your ends away so that they're not free.
I be on my daughter when she wear her hair curly. I always tell her at night, twist your hair up before you go to bed, because you cannot just lay down with them curls like that. That is the most damaging thing that you can ever do to your hair.
Absolutely.
So yes, thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
What are common mistakes women make when trying to care for natural hair that is already weakened?
Oh Lord, that's kind of what I just said in the consultation. Like that, you forcing it, baby girl, you forcing it. So what I would say is common mistakes is so if your hair is thinning and you decide, okay, I want some micro braids or I want some individual braids, but then the parting to your braids are very thin, and then you put that extension and it weighs down on it, that is damaging to your hair, and it could pull from the root, right? It don't just break, it like pulls from the actual root inside of the follicle comes out. And so that is some protective styles damage your hair, right? So protective styles is supposed to grow your hair, not damage it. So if it's not done in a proper way, then there's likely room for your hair to be damaged. So I would say that. And then the lack of education, right?
Yes.
I think that's important as well, because a lot of women lack education, or they like, well, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing my hair forever, or, you know, whatever the reason is. My cousin been doing my hair forever. My auntie, like, okay, that's fine, but are they actually caring for your hair? So I think a lack of knowledge also plays a role in that.
For sure it does. For sure it does.
Yeah. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that, because when I first lost my hair and I went to my dermatologist, they took a sample of my scalp.
Okay.
And the sample came back to where my hair would never grow back. But my dermatologist, shout out to Ashley Diedrich, she took a chance on it anyway. So she provided me the solution.
Okay.
And when I tell you I'm a success story, she has it on her blog or whatever, my hair started growing back within a month.
Wow. What solution was it?
Oh, you guys, it's on my page.
Okay. Was it a topical solution?
Yes.
So it was a topical solution.
It was topical.
Was it a shampoo? Was it like
no? It was oil.
It was an oil.
Yeah, okay. It was an oil that I put on my scalp twice a day.
Okay, that's really what I was asking.
Oh yeah. Okay. And so when my hair started growing back, I couldn't wear braids. It just wouldn't have worked. I'm just starting to grow back. So the thing was to put my wigs on. But after so long, when my hair started growing back, you know, wigs can be damaging to your edges. So I had to learn when to rotate my braids, let my hair breathe, and have my wigs on my head. So that's very good that you say that, because my braids, even though I may look like I'm keeping them up longer than what it is, I always get a touch up within a month, because after that month my hair is like you said, that's hanging, and that's not good. So I always get a touch up.
Good. Because, and for those that don't know what a touch up is, they just redo the edges. They take them down and then rebraid the edges and leave this crown braided from before, because it's stronger hair here.
Yes.
Around your edges are the weaker parts of your hair. So that's why you would get a touch up. And I do recommend my clients to get a touch up, maybe about like 2 weeks in. I don't know how long you wait, but I would say about like 2 or 3 weeks. Everybody hair, you know, depending on how much pulling you're doing. If you're putting it back in a ponytail, you're going to pull versus just wearing it down and not really pulling it back. So it just depends for each other, but average is about 2 weeks.
Yes, because you go a month and over, it's you might as well just forget.
Yep.
For my hair, I might as well just forget it. So I
No, it's
do
true. It's
do
very
my touch up.
common. It's very common.
Okay. How can women protect their natural hair during flare-ups or periods of illness? So if I was ill, you understand? Okay, so
Yep,
you
I
understand.
get it. Yep. So again, dermatologist, right? I'm
I'm
serious.
glad that you said it.
Yes, dermatologist. They got the answer, right? And then I can help you with what they say, right? So it's almost like a partnership, right? And I do have dermatologists that I recommend to my clients, right? But it's a partnership. So I can't do something if my partner didn't say this is what needs to be done. So I can't. It depends on what the dermatologist.
It definitely has to be a team, just like when you have lupus. You know what I'm saying? Your primary care provider supposed to work with your rheumatologist, your neurologist, or whatever else is going with you, so everybody can know what type of medications you on. Because sometimes you on medications that you shouldn't even be on because the doctors don't talk to each other. So it's very important to have that teamwork going on for the better care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to move on to healthy natural hair care.
Okay.
Walk us through the foundation of healthy natural hair care. What are the non-negotiables?
So let's go to the elementary 101. Non-negotiable, right? You can twist it and do whatever you want, but the non-negotiables is shampoo, condition. You could do a deep condition, especially in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in this dry weather. You can do that weekly, and your hair will appreciate it. Deep condition treatments, and then you could do hot oil treatments. Depending on the condition of your hair, you can do protein treatments. But you want to treat your hair basically, and you want to figure out which one works for your hair. So the non-negotiable is a basic shampoo, condition, deep condition, detangle, right? A lot of people like to wash and go, no, like you got to detangle your hair.
Sure, you do.
You have to detangle it, and the proper way to detangle your hair is not sticking the comb and then going like this. Is going like this towards the root, right? Even if you got to hold it and say, and then go towards the root, that's the proper way to detangle your hair. So that is the basic hair care non-negotiable. And then is layers to that depending on what it is that you're looking for as an individual. But that would be it.
To my princess Nole. You heard what she said, right? Because she think because I can't style hair, I don't know how to take care of hair. I'm like, who grew your hair?
Right.
Why you think your hair so long?
Right.
So we be going back and forth because she always want to be like, I see this on YouTube. Right. I don't care what YouTube showed you. I'm telling you what I know.
Right. And then you, in addition to after you shampoo, deep condition and detangle your hair, you want to put some moisture in it, right? So it could be like a rose water. It could be aloe spray, a leave-in conditioner, right? And a lot of people mix up moisture with oil. Like you don't, since when oil and water don't mix, you get moisture from water. So oil is not a moisturizer. You know, what the oil does is it seal in whatever moisture that you put into your hair. Seal it in how those cuticles that I was referring to that are like shafts. So now you done sprayed the moisture, it worked its way in. Now you put that oil to close it. Like, don't go nowhere. We want it to stay in there. So I wanted to add that because that's important too.
I'm glad that you did because people don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand. I just have to tell, like I said, because I don't style hair. I just be like, how do you? I'm like, listen, when I went through my whole hair, I learned everything that I needed to learn about my hair. So then I just tell other people, right?
Absolutely.
How often should natural hair be washed, moisturized, and protected?
So it varies. It varies on this what condition your hair is, as far as like, is it in a protective style? Is it loose? Is it in braids? Like, do you have boho braids, right? Like I said before, you do want to still wash your hair sometimes with protective styling. But it depends on how long you leave it up, right? So if your hair is loose and you just got an afro like this, once a week would be enough, right? Once every 7 days, you do your wash or conditioner. If you have a protective style, you can go like a month, right? See, because what's happening is, this is why the protective style is not exposed to the elements of what's in the air, because it's protected versus being loose, right? And that's why you can go longer when you have a protective style versus when your hair is loose. So that's what I would say.
And if I have my braids up for a month, I do wash my single braids, my boho braids. I do wash my braids.
Yeah.
I do everything as I would, with my natural hair. And like when I take them down, I use, the shampoo,
and even if you don't wash it, moisturize it. Throw some rose water in like Joker, because your hair still feel it. And then put your little oil scalp. You know what I mean? So still do that during the process of rocking your protective style.
People think they don't have to do anything when they have a protective
style. Oh no,
style.
Even locks. People think, oh, I got locks, I don't have to do anything. Same thing. Your hair is your hair. It's just bunched together in locks. That's all. But it's still hair, and it still needs to be treated. It still needs to be cared for. So.
Oh, I'm loving this topic. Yeah. What ingredients or products should women look for, and what should they avoid?
Okay, so you don't want. Okay, let's talk about what you do. No, let's talk about what you don't want. You don't want any product that's drying. So if you look at the product ingredient and it say alcohol as the first ingredient, run. Leave it alone. Leave it on the shelf.
Wait, what if it's the 10th ingredient? What does that mean versus the first or the 10th?
Okay, so the ingredient that's listed first is what is the most, what make up the product the most.
Okay, teach me something.
Yeah. So that's letting you know how much that product actually has of that ingredient. So if it's listed first, it's mostly alcohol.
Okay.
Right. So a water-based product is really good. H2O is always good. We made up of 70-some% water. So if you see a product with water listed at the first ingredient, that's good. And it's funny you just asked about these products, because I'll be traveling to China soon to start my hair product line. So y'all look out for that. I'm excited about that.
And when you do, this will be the exclusive on the Lupus Has No Face podcast.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned.
Absolutely. So while I am there, my goal is to construct products that are natural, right? I want mostly natural ingredients in my products. Our bodies, when it comes to healing and when it comes to I'm just going to leave it at healing. Nature is medicine. Nature is medicine, y'all. It is. Okay. Western medicine, all right, cool. I get an x-ray. I go and you tell me, you can take my blood, look under it. But as far as the cure, they like to treat us. Now, this is a whole nother conversation. But natural, let me bring it back. Natural ingredients are what you should look for in your hair products. And there is an app. I need to find out what the name of this app is. One of my clients actually just put me on. And the app basically scans products, and you just scan the barcode and it tell you whether it's a good product or not. It scale it like on a scale of
I need that app.
Yes.
Because I be in a store for hours.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it's love and hate with me when it comes to hair stores.
Okay. Because you've been there for a long time.
Reading all types. That's like being on a diet. Reading all types of stuff. I be like, oh my God. And I get like a host of 5 different things, which I should just keep what I got. And I go up to the register like, what's better than this? What's better than this? Holding a whole line up. So
yep.
I'm gonna definitely look at that.
I'm gonna share that probably under the comment section.
Okay.
Yeah, under this video, I'll share that app. But that's very useful tool to have when you. And any product that's on the market, you'll be able to
just for hair or like
no, it's for everything.
Like that's gonna be pretty dope.
Yep.
Okay, so be looking out for that, because we're going to put that in the comments.
Absolutely.
How do we balance protective styling without causing tension for future damage?
How do we balance protective styling without causing damage,
tension, or future damage?
Don't pull too tight. Yeah, what the hell? You want to get with somebody that know what they doing, right? If it's okay, this is a telltale that your hair is too tight. If it get to itching, and you get to scratching at a point because it's tight, or if you feel like you got to put hot water or a hot towel on your head, if you can't just be regular, then that lets you know it's too much tension. If you get to seeing these little white bulbs on the sides, because that's letting you know it's getting pulled straight from the root, then there's too much tension. And you'll see it. Just look in the mirror. You'll see it. It'll be like little white bulbs at the end. And that's your hair gone, by the way. Your hair that came out already. So that's how you know.
That is crazy. And I went to one person before years ago, and I was getting those, those they looked like locks. And when I tell you the twist they used to do on my head, like that one time I was so mad, but I had to finish the process, but I was so mad that she was twisting the heck out of my hair. It was horrible. And you was right. I seen that instantly. And I'm like, my silly stuff. I'm like, I done paid all this money for this. I'm not taking this down. I'm going to take a hot shower and it's going to loosen up some way or the other.
You know what? I'm glad that you said that too, because I want to touch on, if you getting your hair done, speak up. Don't be scared to tell this person that's in your hair, listen, that braid not comfortable, or that twist is not comfortable. Please communicate that. This is one thing I've learned from clients over the years. I've had clients sit in my chair and completely bash the previous stylist. They didn't do this, and they did this, and my did that, right? So this is what I ask 100% of the time. And about 90% of the time, people answer is, this is what I ask. I say, did you let them know? 90% of the time they say no. They just left. And that's not fair, because you didn't give them a chance to correct it. Maybe they didn't know that they did that, or maybe you didn't have to put yourself too much suffering if you would have said something in the beginning. So I think it's important to speak up. I wanted to say that. I'm glad that came up. I appreciate you sharing that, because that's very important. Use your voice. Use it. You have it. We don't know if you don't say anything, So it's important to be able to communicate how you feel and why you in the chair. Don't wait till you leave now.
Now, when she was doing my hair, I was like, oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Like, she had me. I'm like, that's too tight. But she was trying her best. But her hand grip.
Then. It's over. It ain't going to work.
Yeah, I didn't want to get up. I said, I'm here. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. This has to be done. But I did communicate. And so that was on me. I'm like, I'm not leaving out this chair
on you
without my hair done. Like, no.
Definitely.
And at the time I was in a relationship, and he like, what you doing and where you at? I couldn't come home with no hair being done. No. I
get it. Aside from that, no. Legit. Please communicate
that.
Yeah, for sure. Or forever hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. One of the two.
Absolutely. Can you share a simple at-home routine for busy women or moms like myself?
Okay. As far as what routine? What kind of routine?
Like hair routine.
Oh.
So you have a regular face regimen.
Yeah. So it depends on what state your hair in, right? It always depends on what's going on with your hair. And I'll just maybe break down the two: natural hair or protective style. So if you have natural hair, and it's curly, before you go to bed, when you doing your facial routine, you like, okay, it's time to go to bed. You can put your hair in a high pineapple. So a pineapple is like a ponytail, like right there. So you can put your hair in a high pineapple and then put like a satin scarf, like how Tupac used to wear his bandana. You want to tie it around like that. You can leave a puff out. That doesn't need to be, because you don't lay on top of your head. So basically the satin scarf will protect your edges while you're from the friction on your toilet. I mean, on your pillow. Right. So it's good to have, if you can, satin pillows are good too.
I was just about to say that.
Like if you can get a satin pillowcase, that's awesome too. But if you don't, a satin scarf will do, right? And the same.
Go to Beauty Sleep. She has some dope satin pillowcases. I have some, and I believe they're silk. They're silk or satin, but I believe they're silk. It doesn't break your pockets, but they're beautiful. And yes, absolutely. So I think you can use that interchangeably with protective style. But if you got a lot of hair, right, like your boho braids, that was a lot of hair. That's considered a lot of hair. They do have bonnets that are satin as well. They have sleeves where you can put this, like, it look like pantyhose, but you basically
divide your hair into two and put in this long sleeve, and then you wrap it around your hair like that. They do have that as well. That's definitely an option. But you want to put your hair away. You don't want to just lay down, right? Because you want to reduce the friction from your sleep. You want to preserve your style. It'll last longer, and your hair will be healthier.
So, ladies, when y'all with y'all man or y'all little friend thing and y'all want to be cute with y'all wigs on, make sure y'all got some nice clean braids under there. Take your bonnet and put that bonnet on and hang that wig up, because all that tension on your edges, it ain't it.
And if you feel like you're not comfortable enough to take your wig off in front of that man, then should you be with him? I don't know. I was just a question.
Oh, that's the topic for glamorous conversation.
I was just asking.
Yes, baby. Okay. We're gonna move on to confidence and self-love.
Okay.
We need to have this all the way around the board either way. Many women feel less confident when their hair changes. How do you help your clients rebuild confidence in their crown?
First of all, listen. I'm a good listener, right?
You is.
So I listen. I find out where they are, what brought them to that state, so that I could be nurturing, I could be empathetic, I could understand their perspective. So that's number one. I listen first. Then a lot of times when women try new styles, they're uncomfortable because it's something out of the ordinary, right? From what they used to. So I always say, hey, just wear it a couple days. And then if you don't like it, then you can come back and we'll go back to the drawing board.
That is so true.
Right? And a lot of times what happened, I find, is the women will wear it a couple days and they'll reach out to me like, I got so many compliments, right? Compliments just boost your whole little confidence, boy. I like hearing compliments too. I think that goes for, anybody that love themselves, because I love myself first, but to hear confirmation from others is amazing.
It is.
And so I think that that's one of the things I do to help them build confidence. And then I pick styles that flatters them, meaning as a stylist, all styles won't look good on, like the same style won't look good on everybody, because we got different face shapes.
Yes.
Right? Our hair texture, or not texture, but like maybe your size is thin. Why would I give you a style that's pulling back and where it's exposing your thin edges, So I kind of customize the style based on the client. Right?
Nice.
So that's how I boost the confidence. It'll be a whole list of other things, but them the main things that come to mind first.
And not to mention your soothing voice. I told you when I first met you, I'm like, your voice is just giving, girl. Like your voice, y'all hear her voice, right? It's just so soothing. Like you could just, that's an automatic calmer. Like when I first met you, and I can be a loud person when I'm talking because I can be excited, right? But when you start talking, I had to break it down a little bit. You brought me down a little bit. I'm like, kind of seductive, like what we supposed to be talking about again? I love your voice. I absolutely love your voice.
I appreciate that.
Tom, can you put some of these comments up before we go to the next question, please? Shout out to Nika Sweetie. Very true. Hello, love.
Hey, Nika, that's my girl. Shout out to you, girl. You done tuned in.
Yes, so make sure you go ahead and follow the Lupus Asthma Face podcast.
She heard you, girl.
Nika.
Keela said, I'm a natural girl and I wash mine every 2 to 3 weeks. Absolutely, girl. What works for you, right? Everybody is not a cookie cutter thing. So if 2 to 3 weeks work for you, then so be it. You wash it. That's what matters. You washing your hair. Awesome.
Shout out. Thank you for tuning in. She got some beautiful hair too, by the way. Her stuff is just be flowy. So what message do you have for women learning to love their natural hair for the first time?
Patience, baby. Give yourself some time. Like I said in the beginning of the interview, like you didn't even give yourself time to learn your hair. All these years, you had a whole different texture, and you gave yourself all them years to get used to that texture. Give yourself some time to get used to and learn the new texture.
You know what? That is so true. And not only true just for the natural hair. Like when I go in between styles, I get that. So I had tried tape ends for the first time, and I love them. I can't find her. I don't know where she at now, but I would love for somebody that can do me some tape ins. But you know, tape ins is on your real hair, and because I'm so used to full hair, when I first got them, I hated it. I was like, I paid all this money to this girl, and this I do not like nothing. I was so mad. 2 days went by, loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Got it done like 2 more times after that. So that is why I had to get used to how thin it was on my face structure because I always wear big hair or, you know, something that's big. And I was just like,
shameless plug, my mom. Her name is Maureen, by the way.
She do tape ins?
Romane's Hair Images, yes. You can go to romaneshairimages.com. Any extension service, she's a master.
I need it. Because when I tell you, to me, I love my braids. But to me, that's better than braids because when I took my tape ins out, my hair, it seemed like it got a little thicker. Like I was able to treat it like it was my natural hair.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Okay. So we're going to move into the expert tips and education. This is so fun.
Okay.
What are your top 3 tips for healthy natural hair? Top 3.
My top 3 tips. Definitely detangle. I don't know how many people here are just mad up like because they Lord Jesus, comb your hair. Comb your goddamn hair. Comb your hair, moisturize your hair because our hair is so curly. We lack so much moisture. And then to add to the curliness, we live in this cold environment. But this goes for people even in warm environments too, but especially in the cold in the Midwest here, you have to extra hydrate your hair. So that's his second one. And then trim them ends. Everybody be holding on to them dead hairs. If you don't chop that off, it's not length. Okay? It's not length, y'all. It's dead hair. And this is what while I'm on this topic, people think you trim ends and make your hair grow. That's been a myth for years. If I cut my trim my ends, my hair will grow. No, this is what happens when you trim your hair. So when your end split at the end, it's split. What happens if you don't trim it right there, it splits all the way to the root, and now you just damage that whole hair strand. So that's why it's important for you to trim your hair. So those would be my top 3.
And still to this day, I still thought clipping your ends grew your hair.
Everybody do. That's why I have to debunk the myth.
Because I'm like, man, trip. I'll be making sure my daughter hair is. I'll be like, you coming home? Okay, we need to make you a natural hair appointment.
Yes.
Oh my God. Can we look at some more of these comments, please, Tone? Thank you.
So Nika said, I put on my wigs and wash my hair every week because wigs and glue can give you dry edges from the glue. I love my natural hair though. Yeah. Yep. You mentioned that too about your wigs. Sort of. You didn't mention the glue, but yeah.
Because I do glueless.
Yes, Keela. Thank you, girl. Trim them in. You hear me? Nika said, I love my wigs, but I wash my hair every week. Yeah.
Girl, I love my wigs too. You can be a different person every day of the month. Exactly. Okay, honey?
Exactly.
Exotic, plain, school teacher.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm the same way. So don't ever
love it.
I switch it up too, y'all. Y'all just know I probably gonna look different if you see me out somewhere, but my face never changed. I still got this.
Still got that face card. Face card don't decline, baby. That's that.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's one myth about natural hair you wish we would stop believing?
That okay, this is the myth. I'm a compare it with like a saying that everybody say. So people that got like a softer texture, curlier texture, they be like they got good hair. Baby, stop that. That's one thing. Like your curls are just as good. That is one major one. Like, what is good hair? Good hair is healthy hair. So whether it's curly, whether it's straight, whether it's high density, low density, that's my Wi-Fi password at the salon.
What
is good hair? And every time somebody asks me, you have Wi-Fi? I be like, yep, it's good hair, lowercase, all one word, because you got it. And I say that to everybody because they all got it.
That is so dope. I think 2 men came at my throat and I was just like, dang, I didn't even mean it like that. But I always
You said that.
yeah,
You said
they
something about somebody
hopped
got some
on
good
me.
hair.
One person I was with, oh no, we just gotta talk about no, they always ask, or this particular person was asking, like, do you ever wear your real hair? And I'm like, yeah, but not that long. You know what I'm saying? You see it and then you don't, or whatever. I'm like, but I got good hair. I got nice curl patterns, but I don't really wear my hair, whatever. He's like, what is good hair? I was just like, well, my hair is thin. It's naturally, my curl pattern is just, it can just, flow. I'm like, it's not spongy or anything like that. He was like, so what make you think? We got into this whole thing. And I'm like, I didn't even mean it like that. Like, and he was like, so I'm just saying, what do you call people that hair that's not like yours? I'm like, I don't know. I never even thought about it. Then I'm like, I gotta be mindful what I say, because you just got offended, and I didn't mean to offend you, because I'm only talking about me and what I know.
I would say to interchange that word "good" with "healthy."
Okay, I'm gonna slowly introduce that to my in my vocabulary. Don't hold me to it. It's gonna take about 6 months, because I've been saying it all my life. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about came from my throat. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
I feel them.
Oh my God. Okay, so moving on to purpose and community, because it's always all about that.
Absolutely.
How has your work impact women beyond just your hair?
Oh my goodness! Wow, where do I? That's such a layered question. Oh my goodness. Where do I start? At the beginning of the interview, I said I was resourceful when you said that. When you asked me who I am, and I think about the students that I make an impact on their lives every day, not just women, young men, and young women. I think about this wealth of knowledge that I have, that I share on a daily. I am the type of friend that people come and ask, hey, what's this? How you do this? You heard this? Or they'll be like, how you do that? How you do that? I'm the friend that I pour into a lot of people, right?
I can tell.
Yeah. So outside of hair care, like, I care about people. I care about community. I feel like we get more things done collectively than we do individually.
For
a lot of people feel like they can do things on their own, and that's just not the reality of it, right? We need a community in order to be productive, right? I mean, to see the max productivity, I should say. Not saying you can't be productive by yourself, but it's less work on yourself, less time on yourself, less stress on yourself.
For sure.
And then you get to the goal quicker.
For sure.
Right? So community is important to me, and that's why I pour into people outside of my profession, because it's just part of who I am.
That's amazing. And just to touch a little bit on community, like, I cannot stand when people say I got it out the mud or I did it by myself. No, you did not. I don't care if this person was in your life for a month. This person helped you. Whether it was, that's why people be when they be getting divorces and they be like, well, my husband or the wife never did nothing, but you complain. That's emotional. You know what I'm saying? People, if they gave you a resource, if they gave you a number, if they whatever, listen to you, helped you, post, share, whatever, people are pointing to other people. So I cannot stand when people get to the level that they feel like they need to be at, and they're consider themselves successful, and I've done it all by myself. You cannot do it all by yourself. It's gonna be things that you miss. It's gonna be things that you're not educated in. It's gonna drain your money up faster because you don't have the knowledge. There's gonna be a host of things that you do not know, that you need a team, a productive team, a smart team, a collective team, a team that's gonna hold you accountable, and all of those things to get you to where it is that you need to be. That's why those people that's in the background is so important, and that's why I always give my thumbs up to my producer, my manager, also my friend Tone. He makes a lot of stuff that I do, so I win, he win. He win, I win, because nothing of this, what I do, can be done without the things that he brings to the table.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate him more than he know. But people got to understand, I may be the face of my brand, but this is the man that makes it go.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So we work great as a team. So
I'm working with a donation letter right now. Like, I'm actually over here working as we speak, so.
You know what I'm saying? We always balance each other.
Yeah.
And I do want to shout out to one of my hairstylists. She was back and forth between Texas, but she, when I was sick,
Question from when you get done talking, we got a question from the
okay.
comment section.
When I was sick, I told her, like, you know, I don't want to go in the hospital with my hair looking like this. My nail tech, shout out to her, Janelle, Shanice, the one that was doing my hair too. They came to my home, gave me the same service that they did in the shop. Because they know my personality, they know my character, and they cater to that. So for me, it's beneficial to be loyal to your hairstylist, being open to your hairstylist, taking care of your hairstylist, tipping your hairstylist, giving referrals.
Hallelujah.
Because when you go above and beyond,
they're gonna look out for
they're
you.
gonna look out. She did not have to come to my house. She could have been like, no, girl, you only my stylist became my friend. You understand what I'm saying? And they knew how important it was before I went into my surgery. So I get my hats off to her, and she made a big difference in my life, because I'm like, I have a team. It dawned on me that's going to take care of me, whether I'm in that seat can get to them or whether they need to come to me. Absolutely. So y'all are very I appreciate.
So this is what I'm gonna say in regards to that, right? I pride myself on being a stylist that educate their clients when they come, right? So you don't just sit in my chair, but I'm gonna actually educate you. But what people don't understand is that is building the relationships. When I told one of my clients that have been coming to me for over 12 years that eventually I'll be moving out the chair and hiring people and managing more so, but also teaching them how to deliver the level of service that I've been delivering. What he shared with me is that I don't just come to get my hair done. I appreciate
the conversation.
The conversations
be lit.
So it's a relationship.
Yes.
Building, and that goes to the community part of it, right?
Yes.
And relationships are so important. So the dollar shouldn't be the forefront of the business. It should be the problem that you're solving for this customer.
You just made chills go through my body, because so many people a couple people that I know always be like, the money. You're going to tire yourself out trying to chase the money. You're going to die trying to chase the money. As long as what you do is great, you're great at what it is that you do, that money is going to come. You don't need to chase the money. And that's a mindset that people need to get out of, because you chasing the wrong thing if you're chasing money. We're going to pause
before you go to the comments. I just want to say that all money not good money.
That's right. All money not good money.
All money
so
not
never
good money, y'all.
Let money control your decision
all
making.
Money not good money.
So, if I was so comfortable, I'll reach over just like we're gonna do a high five in the air, like, oh my God. Okay, we're gonna go to some of these comments.
So he gave heart.
All right, Superstar Ray, I see you.
Thank you for tuning
in. That's Raynard. That's my friend.
Oh, thank you. Support system showed up.
Yes, absolutely.
Somebody or more than one.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in, Gray.
What's up, Virgo?
Hey, Q, what's going on?
Dang, just hi to her. What about your business partner? What's going on?
It's a Virgo thing.
Acting. No,
it's a Virgo thing.
I'm hating. Hey, Q, thank you for tuning in, baby.
Okay. So Raynard said, does your hairstyle affect job search like braids for a male? That's a great question. So it's well, it depends on what you're going for.
Yeah.
Right. What is your industry, right? Because if you applying to work at a barbershop or you applying to be a mechanic, that's not. But if you're going to be in corporate America,
well, they got the Crown Act now.
You know.
Yeah, rules against that. You can't.
But people still
because of their hair.
You gotta have on the mic, Tone. They don't hear you.
But what Tone said was that they have, what is it, corporate what?
It's called the Crown Act.
Oh, the Crown Act. And that basically says that they can't discriminate against your hair if you're in corporate America.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And that's very that I'm gonna say may, because I don't know anything about that. That may be very well true. But when I went to school also for another degree of human resource specialist, I never read that. I read other things. I read other things of discrimination, but at the end of the day, like, it's a gray area, just like cops operate in gray areas, right? So it, number one, I don't agree with. I feel like you should be able to express yourself how you want to express yourself. Number one, but the reality of it is, those rules are in place to protect you if you can prove it. And most people don't go above and beyond to prove that they didn't get this job because of their hair. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, if I'm in charge of hiring you and I don't like how your hair is, you coming in here with these braids, ziggly zaggly, you know, and you gonna have those braids with a suit. I can't picture that, right? This is not me for real, y'all. So don't get on me. Yeah. I can tell you don't qualify for the job. Right. Now, as an HR person, I could say anything that's the reason why you don't qualify for the job. But you may know that you do qualify from the job, from the previous jobs that you had a chance on. Now, can you prove it? You can prove it by reapplying over and over again, have somebody else reapply in the same way of you, or you cutting your hair, coming back in. And that's how you get them. But who really does that? I mean, it's things to do to protect you, but it's like, who really go through that amount of extreme to do that, which is wrong, corporate America. But yeah.
So this is what I kind of brought this up earlier in the interview about why I became an entrepreneur, right? Because this is part of the flexibility that I was talking about, the autonomy, right? You can choose to go to these corporations, or you could choose to create your own corporation.
That's right. That's right.
And so, yes, there's levels to this, you know, but I think if this job is discriminating against you because of your hair, then really, should you be with that job? Should you even want to be with that job? You know,
that's true. But how many people think about that?
But where is it going to end, right? Say they let you in and now you working with coworkers that's making the job environment hostile and not comfortable, you know. But you kind of gotta you know, the red flag when human resources already was at you, but you want to fight to get into a company. I mean, to each his own. I'm just saying that's another layer to add to it, and I just wanted to add that layer as well.
So get them homework.
Yeah.
Should you really want to work for a company that's discriminating against you?
Exactly.
And that goes all across your whole entire life.
Exactly.
Is there more questions, Tom?
Nope.
Okay. So why is it important for women to share their hair journey openly?
Because it helps other people. That's the number. That's the first thing come to mind. People don't want to share their story, but Lord Jesus, not only will it help you, but it's going to help other people. And this goes back to the community that we were talking about. It's important because it lets that other person know that they're not alone, right? A lot of times we go through private battles and we don't really communicate because of, for whatever reason, whether you feel like somebody don't understand you, whether you feel like you'll be shamed because of it, whether whatever, you know. But I think it's important because it's part of healing. And healing is where it's at, right? Because you want to be able to move forward in life. You're still breathing. You still have things and objectives and things to work towards. So I think it's important to share.
Absolutely. And you are absolutely right about that. Like when I got diagnosed, as to why I even started Lupus Has No Face, a nonprofit organization, 501c3, is because I feel like people wasn't talking to me. They were just treating me and talking at me. So when I got older, I mean, it wasn't even, God put it on my brain to just do it because I like the fashion industry. But he said, you're going to be fashionable while doing this, right? So that's just really what it is. But if I would have known what I know, I could have prevented, or I could not have went through an extreme period of my life when it came to my hair. So now I do openly talk about it. It is on my website. For the longest, I did not want to do that. I still wanted to be private, but it's just like, I own my story. So it doesn't matter what you say. If I owned it already and the world knows about it, there's nothing that you can actually say to make me feel any type of way. Absolutely. Right? Because people can be cruel and mean. And so I think, well, I know that is to be true. And I have helped a lot of warriors growing their hair back. But like I said, it takes work. You know what I'm saying? It takes you being an advocate for yourself and finding the right team so you can start that. Absolutely. Because if you got flare-ups and all the things going on with your body, that stuff has to be settled first before you can even start your hair care.
Absolutely.
Or your hair growing back.
Absolutely.
First of all, you got banks.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
This one. Being moms. This one.
Can you touch on postpartum hair loss?
Okay, so not sure exactly what touch points you want, but I kind of group hair loss in this one category, right? And then it's like, are you referring to, like, be more specific with what you want to hear on postpartum hair loss? Because that's such a broad.
So let's start with the
question.
How do you, first of all,
Tone, you don't have a mic.
I'm asking, I'm helping her formulate it.
Oh.
Focus on how do you deal mentally with hair loss and things that you can do to at least protect your remaining hair and scalp while going through this.
Okay, so that's not specific to postpartum though. But I see
are you yeah, because that was, you was going in a good thing, but I'm thinking like that's not postpartum.
No.
So was your hair postpartum is one thing. So did postpartum cause you depression as to why your hair was going out?
Exactly. Like that's why I said it's a layered question.
It's definitely a layered question.
Yeah. So if Keela, if you can kind of be specific on what exactly it is that you want us to touch on, we could do that.
And then once we get your question, we're going to be closing out.
In the meantime, talk about yourself.
Whatever. So to move to closing remarks, but Keela, we're still waiting on your question.
Or if we're gone, I'm gonna answer it in the comment section, or she'll answer it in the comment section. So we won't leave it unanswered.
I promise. We promise. Okay. So moving to closing reflections. Finishing this sentence: my crown is powerful because of
who I is.
Okay, I can dig that.
And then to add to that, to be honest, it's like God is good, y'all.
He is.
Y'all have to put God first, please, Lord Jesus. Put God before anything, because He
holds everything together.
Anything. Yes, the reason, what they say, the Alpha and the Omega. Like, please, I think it's so important for you to have a relationship with God. And mind you, I didn't say anything about religion, right? You could be a religious person and have a relationship with God. You could be a spiritual person and have a relationship with God. So I'm not telling you to devote to any type of religion or anything like that. But I think it's very important to practice
whatever you believe in.
Yeah, practice strengthening that relationship with God.
And I have to contest to that, whether it's hard times or not. I've noticed and I've learned and I agree and I advocate. You can't get to the glitter and glam unless you have the gloomy doom. There's no way around it. You have to be able to understand what you have, be able to sustain it. That's the goal, and to bring it up with abundance. That's what He wanted us all to do. So if you can't always use this, if you can't manage $100, how can you manage $1 million? It don't make sense. You won't be able to. You'll be broke within a couple of months.
Absolutely.
Because $1 million is really not that much money.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it,
no dollar amount is enough. If you keep picking at it, it's gonna get
and not
to
letting
zero.
it grow.
Exactly.
Do we have a question?
She just basically said, like, it's a real thing, how to build that confidence back, and then she added how to treat it.
Oh, if you go back to the beginning of our episode, she definitely spoke on how to treat your hair and how she pours confidence back into yourself. So, yep. And if you go up there and you don't find it, please comment and we'll make sure that you get the answer.
Absolutely.
Tell our listeners how they can book with you, follow you, and stay connected.
Okay, y'all want to get to know me?
Yes, I want to get to know more of you.
So right now, my website is currently under construction. I am in the process of rebranding. However, I do have a landing page that you can still book services on it. It does say coming soon, but if you let it load a little bit, it will give you a space where you could actually book services. So that website is www.precious, that's PRECIOUS, B as in boy, artistry, ARTISTRY.com.
Well, I want to thank you for taking out the time at your busy schedule to be a lovely guest on the Lupus Has No Face podcast. You're going to help whoever see this. So you guys, please like, share, and subscribe so we can help those that have these same questions that you guys have. And remember, we are here live every Wednesday at 6ish. Give me grace. At 6ish.
I'll take it on this one.
Blame it on my producer. Okay, I can't do nothing without him. I don't know how to work the cameras. But we here every Wednesday. And if you missed anything, please go to the Lupus Has No Face podcast. And while you're there, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time. Oh, FYI, not for your information. PS. We're going to do PS like the letter, right? If you are looking to be a guest on the Lupus Has No Face podcast, please do inbox me. My calendar is open, and or the Glamorous Conversations. Please do inbox me. Those are two total different episodes. And I'm going to have my producer, Tone, could you please put up the flyer? Lupus Has No Face is doing his annual diaper drive. Yes, annual diaper drive. So you can help us by liking, sharing, donating, or bringing the diapers at the drop off location or locations, and or contact us and we can meet you if you guys do not want to go out your way. So we will be collecting diapers from now until February 28th, and we're going to have a diaper drive event for the community, whoever needs diaper at any size. So please help us meet our goal, and share, like, support by donating or just bringing a pack of diapers. We thank you and appreciate you so much. Until next time.
Love y'all.